All right, welcome back, everyone. So I didn't realize that a lot of people were having issues with bugs. I ran into a little bit of bugs with this current event, but we're looking for the Hunt for Freedom Fighters under the journal section. You can see I was able to complete both sets, and I did this just yesterday, actually. So the patch has been out for a few days now, right? But I only started working on this last night, or yesterday, and then last night as well. And so in two play sessions, I was able to complete essentially all 30 missions. It's 15 per, because you need 1500 and you get 100 per run for these 71k missions. And I'm on the Stanton side. They are different if you do the pyro section. And I saw Foxy Loxy's video and I decided, okay, well, this is looks like a little more buggy and harder than I anticipated. So I like to do the secure freedom fighters data. This is equivalent to also the headhunter version of assassinate and seize the data pad. The search one, I had challenges with the headhunter version, but the CFP one, I had better luck with the rescue and recover. So the difference here is with the assassination or the secure freedom fighters data, all you do is you kill the target they give you at a particular location, like half stack. It's usually similar locations as everybody else. So you will commonly find other people there as well. But you're just going to go down to the planet, go to that location, kill the target, which you could do technically from your ship, but I pretty easily did it on the ground as well. Grab the data pad and then leave. I mean, that's why I was able to do it all within one play session. So it's all fairly straightforward. So I'll show that in the next bit, but that's where I was able to find success, is that particular mission. Now, if you're interested to see how it's done, I'll do that next. Okay, so I didn't talk about locations. I think Hurston's going to be probably I don't want to say easiest is not the right word, but the best option for lack of folks. The others are going to be fairly... So I think Microtech will probably be the highest, then followed by Orson and R-Corp. Because these mission sets have to be picked up by other people. I wish they'd stop doing that, but they also only have so many missions because of locations, so they need to stop doing ground missions. That's really 2025, the biggest feedback: stop doing ground missions. Like, you just don't have enough space on the ground to be doing ground missions. At least in Stanton, might be different over in Pyro. But after you get your mission, you'll just kind of go out and head over to the location. Now, sometimes you get lucky. It'll go from go to wherever you're supposed to go. In this case, you see in the top right corner, I'm supposed to go to Nevermind over at Magda. You may find that the target just gets killed, right? So people are spamming these missions. So if you are doing this mission in a location that is in a server that's fairly heavy with folks, then you may find that someone's going to kill your target for you. So all you have to do is at that point is go pick up the pad. All right. I had to go to F2 and actually map in then, because usually the quantum markers don't overlap that much, and I can usually get one or the other to come up. Anyways, you may have to hit F2 and you can just click on the yellow marker and then do a route to. Right now it says invalid target, but you would be able to click on that marker and then hit N, I believe, to navigate to, or you can just also click that button to navigate to it. However, the next thing I want to talk about as we're getting ready to land, first of all, is there is a turret. I usually don't find the turret working, so I'm navving in as quickly as you can. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I understand. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you want to ride the ground, because there is a missile turret here like that, and you could get locked. The closer you get to it, the better. You want to flare them off if you can. But once you get about this close, you're good to go. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is missions. I actually found that none of the Orson ones were working. So this is the first time I've had to flare off a missile in a while. So all you want to do is you just want to find a good spot to land. Now, ships you want to bring, obviously I'm bringing a Cutter Scout out just as like a starter option, just to show you don't need anything fancy. But you can see my targets over on this side. Looks like he's outside the base, to be honest, or at least he's on the edge there. So let's just find a spot to park and we'll head on in. It's going to be a facility like this, which is the same kind they used in the last event for the ground missions. So if you're familiar with those, that's fine. There is a pad here. I don't know if you can do repairs. I've never had to do it here. But again, ships I want to talk about is you potentially want to bring, in this case, I did bring an IT. I'm not going to use that. I just wanted to kind of showcase that the IT is a good option. I'm just going to do this the old school style. Now, be mindful that sometimes ballistics can get through, so I understand this is not all that spicy, but certain ships, they have glass. Like, I think the Mustang's really bad about this too. You could have ballistics come through and kill you. So bringing a medical ship is a good idea. Oh, my Itki is cooked. So the missile it went to my Itki. Maybe they locked my Itki and not my ship. That's weird. All right, so anyways, the Itki is a good option to bring with you. Another good option is bombs, if you have access to bombs, but be mindful, obviously, the bombs could kill you and all of the friendly targets. As you see here, my target was Uber's Eats and decided to deliver himself to me. So this just shows how quickly this can go down and be done. So all I have to do is loot his body for the pad now. You can also, if I don't want to deal with people, I'm just going to tractor him over to me. Hell, I'll tractor him into the vehicle. Not even that, but I'll put him near the vehicle, right? My idea is to put him in cover. Like, that's the goal here. So I've killed, what, 2 targets? I don't know if I killed that other guy or not. Anyways, you're going to loot the body. There's going to be a data pad, and then you have to go to the suborbiting main station outside of your location. Oh, so the next thing I want to mention, space dogs. So these space dogs is the biggest challenge I've ran into, mostly because of like lag, right? Trying to shoot them close sometimes can be a little bit spicy. So that's usually what I find to be the hardest part. Now, going to the station, so again, the 3 ships, any kind of ship you can bring is fine, but the other ones that I would potentially pry out is a bombing ship, if you want to bomb the site. Potentially a medical ship would be the best option. I did run a lot of these with the Anvil. I keep wanting to say Pisces, but I ran it with the Anvil Terrapin, medical Terrapin. So again, if you want to not worry about the turret, stay low and fast, and then on your way out, you're just gonna get about a couple clicks away, and then you want to fly up to the station. So I'm gonna use, again, you see there, the missile hits some sort of mountainside here. If you can't low fly like this, that's fine. The idea is just to stay relatively low, and then using the terrain there, as you see multiple times now, dealing with the turret. So you also want to come in this way, again, if you don't want to take the spicy approach that I took. Some reason the flares aren't doing as good either. So just keep that in mind. I think the default is G for flares, and so you're just going to hold down G until you have enough flares to flare off what you want to flare off. I should be far enough away now, so we're just going to zoom up, and I'm just going to go straight to the station. I'll see y'all when I get to the station. I like to put it in the inventory here. Technically, you can just drop it out of your inventory on the ground. But sometimes I don't want it to like fall through on the elevator like that. So I like to put it, again, you could just drop it or maybe drop it right now and then tractor beam it over here. I just don't trust that. I've had problems with stuff like falling through. Even I personally have fallen through those freight elevators. So I don't like to play with those. I like to go to the inventory first. Unfortunately, being able to turn it in like this should just be completed the mission, but unfortunately you have to use the freight elevator, which I think is not an ideal system. Over here, you're going to send it down, and as you see, it's the only thing I've got at my station. It's hard to see. This data pad, you'll kind of see a little number in the bottom left corner here in a second. So it goes up onto the other tab, so it'll send it back up, and I'll send it back down. Again, you can kind of skip this if you go over the elevator and you drop it, or you tractor beam it over to the... However you want to do that, that's up to you, but again, I like to use the local inventory first, and then bring it up, then send it down. Boom, that's it. You're going to complete the mission. So this has been the easiest mission for me to take on. Unfortunately, there's only 2 options, right? There's this option for both CFP and Headhunters. And this is the one I had the most success with. So you can't, there is a little bit of a delay. Let me see if I can pick it right back up again. Okay, I can't. So then I would take the CFP version, Secure Front Fighters data. This is the Assassinate version on this side. It's always the bottom of the stack. That's about it. Again, I do like to do this recover and rescue one for CFP as well. And you could try the Headhunter version. I just had, I think it was over 50%. It just felt like this was the one that was the most buggy for me. You would, search party is the same kind of idea. You would go to the site. It would give you a couple of locations. You have to go around, and there's essentially a dead body there with a pad next to it. All you do is pick up that pad. You just have to find out which location has that body. It's fairly straightforward. Okay, next I'm going to show, if that's all y'all needed, thank you for checking out the video and the guide, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate those taking time to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I do want to show off the rewards, so I'll show those. I'm going to respawn it over to Orson, and I'll show those to you now. All right, last bit here for those that decided to hang out with me. These are the actual rewards itself. So you can see here, this is the Headhunter version, starting from the jacket. And starting from the pants, here's the CFP version. So I'll quickly throw these on for you. You've probably already seen videos and stuff with this, but let's figure I'd go ahead and showcase it. So again, this is the Headhunter version. Very fancy. I could have swore they gave this out somehow. I mean, I've definitely seen people like NPCs wear it, but I could have swore they like gave it in a pack or something, like a starter pack. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments if I'm out of my mind there. Also, why doesn't that one come with boots? I guess the pants come with boots integrated into it. Okay, and then here we are, because this one does actually come with boots. Here's the CFP version. Boots and the gloves. Okay, I like this one a bit better. I mean, there we go. So it almost has like a somewhat of a space officer type of feel thing, like a police type thing. Anyways, yeah, those are the two sets, so if you want one or the other, then maybe work on that faction. We don't know what the faction rewards would be because it is tracking overall progress, and I think they're going to stay nearly 50-50. Yep. Oh my gosh, they're like almost literally 50-50. And I don't know why there's even this amount left, because honestly, people need to be doing the 71K. If you're not doing the 71K mission, you're kind of griefing yourself. Anyways, yeah, so you can see they're going to probably stay nearly 50-50 because people just want the rewards, and we don't even know what the reward will be over one or the other. Like, maybe they'll stop progressing story towards one of these two factions. We don't know. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Anyways, as you see here, I actually have kind of progressed Headhunters a bit more, so I'm part of the reason that this is caught up, I guess. But yeah, so just do this mission. It gives you, as you saw, I had 1,500 when I started. I have 1,600 now. You get 100 points towards this progress. So again, you have to do this mission 15 times for either one of these two, or you can do it for both like I've done here and get both rewards. The other phases will open up next week. So it's supposed to be a weekly thing. I imagine you can do, the old content. Usually this is how that works. So if you don't get a chance to do it this week, you can do it next week. Just use the same guide. I don't know if I'll do guides for the others. It just happens to be that this one is unnecessarily complex. Not complex, but like the way they chose to do it in the sites and which missions are working. That's what half the game is kind of about at this point, unfortunately, is, telling you which missions that we find work, right? That's unfortunately the way my channel kind of plays out. Is I wasn't planning on doing this video because it's fairly straightforward, but just telling the community, hey, this is the mission that gives you the most points. It's the most worth your time. It's, the most time sensitive. It's the one that gives you the best benefit, and it's the one worth your time, and it's the one that's the most straightforward, and it's easy to do. And then here's how you do it. All right. Well, thank you all for checking the video again. I appreciate it. I appreciate all those taking time to like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.